2 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the first half. Pastorini fires deep. This will be right into the hands of number 44, Richmond Flowers. And the clock is gone, and the Giants intercepted 4 passes. What a way to end the half for Don Pastorini.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you can maybe give this video a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below, maybe even share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, the New York Giants, no news flash yet. Going to need a tackle, all right? Obviously one of the best, maybe the best draft pick that Dave Gettleman had when he was with the Giants, Andrew Thomas. All right, we got our left tackle. Let's knock on wood and all that stuff. His ankle and foot problems, hopefully they go away, because he's had some had some issues for past 2 seasons. Now apparently, what he had like surgery done or whatever. I guess to clean out his ankle or so or whatever. So kind of hoping that when he starts playing this year, hopefully everything will be okay. But it's something to keep an eye on. Obviously. I mean, you can see like with the tackle, there's other. I mean, if you got something wrong with you, broke your fingers, so what? They tape the fingers together. If you bruise your forearm, who the frick? You know what I mean? But you got foot and I mean, you got somebody trying to dip around the edge on you and all that, and or somebody trying to bull rush you, and you got a plant on your ankles and your foot. Man, the pain that must be. Whew. So I mean, let's hope everything works out fine with Andrew Thomas, because I'll tell you what, he's just pencil that dude in for the next 10 years, man. Left tackle, New York Giants, Andrew Thomas. Hopefully even longer. Who knows? But anyway. Then they got, well, at least Solder's not here anymore. All right, but at least Solder had experience. We got Matt Peart, who has 6 starts to his career. Corey Cunningham, he's got 6 starts in his whole career. And then we got Matt Gano, all right, is 4 starts to his career. So we don't have a whole heck of a lot of experience. I mean, I see where we signed, or we brought Gano in, and we signed Cunningham just to get some depth, because we don't have money to go out and spend and sign anybody big. We got Glowinski, our guard, okay. But I mean, as far as a tackle, so that kind of hoping that we'll find one in the draft here. All right, now, odds are looking really good. All right, that the Giants will, between, the big 3, Ekwonu, Neal, and Cross. Obviously, one of those 3 are going to be there at 5, guaranteed. You can't say guaranteed, but, darn near guaranteed. All right, you don't know. I mean, I'm hearing a lot, like maybe Cross will certainly be there. I mean, maybe Ekwonu or Neal might be taken beforehand. Maybe both of them might be taken before 5. Who knows? But you gotta look at Hutchinson. I'm sure he's going to be gone. I read reports. Who knows? The Jets were interested in maybe Sauce Gardner. That would help their secondary out huge. So, who knows? But Giants trading one of their picks. I mean, they're not going to trade them both. Possibly, maybe trade one of them to a quarterback needy team. All right, now I don't know if that's number 5. I mean, because if anybody wants to jump in front of Carolina, Carolina's at 6. So Carolina needs a quarterback. I mean, if they're falling in love with Malik Willis, it would make a lot of for the teams like the Falcons, the Seahawks, whatever, the Saints, to jump in front of Carolina. Make a lot of sense, because you don't want to have the Giants pick at 5 and then hope and pray Carolina doesn't take a quarterback at 6, and then maybe you can trade with the Giants. So, yeah, either one is a possibility. The Giants might trade either one. Won't trade them both, but it looks really, really good. That between Neal, Ekwonu, and Cross, we'll have a shot at getting one of them now. If Ekwonu and Neal are gone, and then say the Giants trade pick 5 and they have number 7 there, and it's between maybe Thibodeau and Cross, I don't know who they go with. I'll have to wait and see. But, if the Giants trade back, at least they'll get some more picks. Now, the thing is that if they trade back in the first round, all right, like say they make a trade and they trade back with the Saints at number 18. Okay, well, Bernard Raymond and Trevor Penning will be there. Well, I can't say they'll both be there, but there's a good shot, okay, that one of those two will still be there. So if they trade back to 18, they got a shot at getting one of the 5, okay? After the start, after the Fab 5, there is a little bit of a drop off, okay? Now I'm going with PFF here, okay? I do a lot with their stats and all that stuff and everything, but as far as their rankings, okay, they have like 16 tackles in their top 100 players. All right, so they have Cross is number 5, Ekwonu is number 6, and Neal is number 7. All right. Then they got Raymond is 13 and Trevor Penning is 23. After Trevor Penning, the next one is number 50, Abraham Lucas from Washington State. Okay, so there's a drop off there, and they have Abraham Lucas. Well, I think the 4th round. Yeah, they have him going in the 4th round. I don't know, but there's a chance that no tackles get taken in the 2nd round. So it won't be probably till the tackles after the 1st round, maybe in the 3rd round, but then certainly probably in the 4th round to start picking up again. But the 2nd round, the talent there after the Fab 5. There's so much good depth. There's maybe wide receivers and edge rushers, and maybe you start getting maybe a tight end maybe in there. The running backs. If you're going to take a quarterback, maybe somebody in the 2nd, right? But the corner backs as well. So there's a lot of good talent in that 2nd round. That's why taking one of these tackles after the Fab 5 in the 2nd round would really be a reach. So the tackles probably won't start picking back up till the 3rd or 4th round again, but between the 3rd to the 5th round, there could be 12 tackles taken. So there's a lot there. But if the Giants are looking to solidify their line, Andrew Thomas here and another tackle over there, you want to get one of these Fab 5. Now it doesn't mean it's one of them might have to want to. If they don't pan out, or they might have to slide in the guard, but at least you'll have a starting offensive lineman for hopefully years to come. Now they got Charles Cross, all right, PFF rated number 1. Okay, because he's like the best pass blocking. Okay, phenomenal, pass blocker. What they have here. Let's see his analysis here. Right. Let's see on stats. His pass blocking grade is an 84.9. His run blocking grade is an 87.2. Okay, he had, Mississippi State, they just threw the ball. He was 719 pass blocking snaps. He only had 200 runs. So basically, 7 out of every 9 plays was a passing play. He gave up 2 sacks all year. He gave up no hits. He gave up 2 sacks. 2 sacks and 719. So basically, 1 out of every 360 pass snaps, he gave up a sack. Okay, so pretty doggone impressive. All right. Now, his whole career, he was just pretty much a left tackle. All right. But, after flashing traits in the first year as a starter in 20, Cross became a dominant pass protector in 2021. After allowing 44 pressures on 574 pass blocking snaps last season, all right, he gave up only 16 pressures on 719 pass blocking snaps this year. So he's got a lot better. a lot better. And my reading and all is that, he's pretty much the best pass blocker, all right, as of right now in the draft. Now that doesn't say, that's pass blocking. He maybe needs a little refinement on the run blocking, but if you take him, I mean, you can't go wrong. I'm not saying he's the best, but if you take him, you can't go wrong. All right, then you got Ekwonu. All right, a lot of people feel he's the best. All right, with him, okay, is the single most dominant run blocking tackle in the country. That's saying something, okay. Ekwonu's 18 big time blocks in the run game this season are 7 more than the next closest Power 5 offensive lineman. All right, so he's I mean, if the Giants got him, you can't complain. He wins with prodigious power throughout his frame. When he uncoils his hips in contact, defenders move backwards. It's just physics due to the amount of force he's capable of generating. He's a big dude. I wouldn't argue with teams that see him as a guard, okay, because of how nasty he could be in a phone booth, all right? So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, maybe you get him and maybe, maybe somewhere along the line you want to put him in as a guard. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you put him next, you got Andrew Thomas and Ekwonu right next to each other, whew, you're good. You're good to go for about a decade, dude. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, the thing is, you don't know. I mean, a lot of people, even though Neal is number 7 overall, they have him number. PFF has him the 3rd rated tackle. A lot of people would pick Neal over Ekwonu and Cross. They feel like he's 6'7", 350 pounds. Is one of the most imposing specimens ever to grace the earth, and he moves like a fat man 50 pounds lighter. I mean, if you look at him, he's 6'7". He's 340, 350. Where it's like there's no way he doesn't. I mean, he just holds the weight so well. It's simply amazing. Let's see. What do I have here? Pure, unadulterated physicality. He can do things when he gets his hands on defenders that are unfathomable for a true junior. So, the term freak gets overused, but he qualifies. He's all-around tackle. He's a starting NFL tackle and has experience at both tackle spots. Means you won't necessarily have to worry about a Penei Sewell situation early on, right? So, I mean, I'm saying like Penei Sewell. Right? The Lions got him. Do the Lions want to pair Penei Sewell up with another tackle, and they got bookends? You don't know. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can't go wrong. But I'm reading and listening to and everything. Evan Neal would be the best one to take if he falls to the Giants at number 5. You just got to run the card up. Here you go. Now somebody wants to trade with him. Nope. Here you go. So we'll just have to wait and see. I said it'd be interesting. I mean, if pick 5 rolls around, there's like 2 of these tackles on the board, and somebody wants to make a trade with the Giants at pick 5, it's like, ooh, Giants might have to get blown away by the trade. So I mean, well, I'll just have to wait and see. And then you got Bernard Raymond. Okay, now he's out of Central Michigan. All right, he was playing tight end. Okay, 2 years ago. So he's only been playing as a tackle for 2 years. Okay, so for him to possibly just become he put on 60 pounds in the past 2 years. Right, so but for him to become a first round tackle in just 2 years of play, I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, he's got some work to do. All right, let's see here. He's 6'7". He's only 305 pounds, so he needs to fill his frame out a little bit more. Because what I hear is that with some guys, maybe some more powerful guys, because he's so tall, some of the more powerful guys, especially maybe in the NFL, can get underneath him a little bit and start pushing him back. So he's got to fill his frame out a little bit more and get a little bit stronger. And he could be really, really special here. Let's see. He was from Austria. He's a foreign exchange student from Austria. Okay. He also lettered in wrestling. All right, so I mean, he's if the Giants trade back, you got him and you got Trevor Penning here, right, who's a nasty dude, 6'7", 321. Penning is yet another uber physical run blocker at his position. 6'7", 321-pounder, moves people with ease. His 99.9 run blocking grade, albeit against mainly FCS competition, is the highest we've ever charted. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, wrong one, stats. There we go, stats. Run blocking grade, 99.9. Let that sink in, okay? I mean, it's freaking amazing. Pass blocking grade is 87. I'm sure he has a little bit to learn and all. He gave up 1 sack this year. He gave up 1 sack in 2020. You know what I mean? But I mean, in 2020 his overall grade was a 71.2. This year's overall grade is a 97.3. So I mean, he might have a little work to do. But if the Giants trade back, if they were to get Penning, because he's just nasty too. He's a nasty dude, right? So. If you get Raymond or Penning, later on, maybe if you trade back with the Saints at 18, or maybe the Steelers maybe at 20, right? One of those two, maybe you pick one of these guys up. That's a possibility. I mean, you can't go wrong there. But I think I like Neal the best. All right. Now after that, as I said, you got the Fab Five, and then you go back to probably the 3rd or 4th round where they might start picking back up again. They got Abraham Lucas here from Washington State. He's 6'7". Darian Kennard from Kentucky. I've heard quite a bit about him. He's very good grade here. He's got what do we got? His run blocking grade's a 91.8. Okay, and Kentucky plays LSU, played Florida, played Georgia. They play some good quality opponents. All right, so. I heard some very good things about Darian Kennard. All right, but I mean, are they plug and play? You're drafting a tackle in the 4th round. I don't know, but so maybe some of these guys, if they're going to take a chance later on. I mean, there's Jamari Salyer from Georgia. Okay, Kellen Deesh from Arizona State. There's Tyler Smith from Tulsa. I heard a lot of good things about him. He graded out really well. Let's see. He graded out his run block grade is a 93.9. I'd say very good. But I mean, Tulsa, so you have to start looking and comparing some of the the talent that he's going up against. But still, I mean, I've heard some very good things about him. All right, I mean, a lot of these guys are still a little bit of a project. You got then this guy, Daniel Falele, all right, from Minnesota, 6'9", okay, 380 pounds. All right, I mean, he's a big freaking dude. He's from Australia. All right, so he came over, and so he hasn't been doing this a real long time. But I mean, he quite possibly has a bright future ahead of him. But a lot of these guys, Nicholas Petit-Frere from Ohio State, he has some good film. But then if you start looking when he went up against Ajabo and Hutchinson when Ohio State played Michigan this past year, it's some bad snaps in there. I mean, Hutchinson, and they got the best of them. So a lot of these guys, Max Mitchell from the Louisiana, from the Raging Cajuns, right? He is a very good, his season grade was a 94.8. He's the second highest grader. He earned a 94.8 overall grade, right, while playing right tackle. So, I mean, Zach Tom from Wake Forest, Sean Ryan from UCLA, Rasheed Walker, from Penn State. There's a lot of guys. I mean, I'm not so sure so much of their plug and play. It might be, if you draft them, they might be, small time projects. I'm not sure if they'd be, helping Daniel Jones out if they're drafting any of these guys and putting them in there right away. But I mean, hopefully the Giants, because they got some question marks at right tackle. You don't even know who's going to start. Cunningham, Parrott, Nagano. So, I mean, hopefully the Giants can get one of the Fab Five in the first round, okay, and then after that, then they can maybe draft somebody on the inside, interior offensive lineman. But I would definitely look for the Giants to, between 5 and 7, if they have both of those picks, all right, definitely look for them to take an offensive tackle. If they trade one of them, that's going to be, if they trade number 5 and number 7 rolls around and Thibodeau's there, maybe Sauce Gardner is there, and Cross is there to tackle. I don't know who they take, so it's going to be interesting, but certainly look for the Giants to take a tackle, hopefully in the first round, and then for the first time in God knows how long, the Giants will hopefully have 2 offensive tackles. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!